What was the best advice you have ever received? My dad always told me, if you ever get into a fight, make sure you throw the first punch. I was a small kid, and he knew I would get bullied. One day, a much bigger kid started picking on me. I tried to ignore him, but he wouldn't stop. He pushed me, and I remembered my dad's advice. I was terrified, but I threw a punch. I hit him right in the nose, and he started bleeding. He ran away crying. I was scared I would get in trouble, but the principal saw everything. He called my parents and told them what happened. My dad asked if I threw the first punch. I said yes, and he smiled. The principal said he would have to suspend me for a day. My dad said, no problem, we'll go fishing. The next day, we went fishing, and my dad told me he was proud of me. He said I stood up for myself, and that was important. The bully never bothered me again. In fact, he became my friend. Years later, I was in a bar with my girlfriend. A guy started hitting on her. I told him to back off, but he wouldn't. He pushed me, and I remembered my dad's advice. I threw a punch and knocked him out. The bouncer saw everything and kicked the guy out. My girlfriend was impressed. She said she felt safe with me. We got married, and I told my son the same advice my dad gave me.